everyone. Welcome back to
the podcast where we talk about Drag Race, especially Drag Race Philippines, from a Pinoy queer superfan lens.
Because Becca naman pwede kami mag-podcast, diba?
And I think we did, and we have, and
this is
we
just
did that.
absolutely a magical time
Correct.
to do a podcast because I don't know, for some strange reason, nasa season 3 ka pala, dear.
But right now, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the room itself, which is fabulous, by the way. We are currently at the Absolute Lounge and Distillery in BGC.
And maraming salamat, Absolute, for giving us the Rue Girl treatment, the superstar treatment. We've got bottles, we've got signages, we've got bigger signages, and more importantly, we've got stars here, girl.
Honestly, it's kind of like giving me war flashbacks to Untucked.
But you know what? If you're not doing trauma porn, are you really doing drag?
You know what point?
Pero anyway, eto na po tayo. Mag-recap na po tayo ng Season 3, Episode 1. This is going to be interesting because number 1, ang co-host ko po ay nasa season. And number 2, meron po siyang NDA na bawal niyang sirain or something.
I can talk about some things, but I can't talk about everything, definitely.
Correct.
I don't think this has ever been done before.
Yes.
I don't think a Rue Girl has ever, done a podcast recapping their season as it airs.
Correct.
Because, of course, our inspirations, Race Chaser has done retroactive recaps of their seasons, but I don't think it's ever been done that a girl on a season is actually reviewing it as it airs.
Correct. And I think that is just absolutely fierce that we are getting to do this for the first time. So we have a number of episodes basically this season dito sa Absolute Lounge. So not all episodes of the season will be here. Nakadepende pa rin po siya sa support ng Absolute. Wink, wink.
Absolute, de naman.
But let's get right to it. The first queen to enter the workroom, I see
Angel
with a line na,
bakit niyo ako tinitingnan? So for those of you that don't know Angel prior to the show, Angel is actually a performer at O-Bar until she transferred to Rapture Cubao, the same bar that Arizona was representing last year, up until shortly before the show to, focus on herself. Charot.
And up next, entering the workroom, we have Versex representing Manila and NYC. And that entrance line, that entrance moment, nakakatakot siya and I live for it.
Gandang hindi mo ranas, bitch. Ganon.
Correct.
Versex, she's Santa Ana homegrown, but she did spend a few months in NYC. And basically, from what I know, Versex is she really went there on a whim, kind of just to take a shot at the New Yorker life. And while she was there, she had some pretty great achievements, getting to do hair for celebrities like Heart Evangelista, Liza Soberano while she was there. And she also walked New York Fashion Week in drag. For someone that was only in New York for a short amount of time, Versex really attributes her confidence to New York. So, hindi naman niya kiniklaim na New Yorker talaga siya, but she really gives the city a lot of credit for her confidence.
Yes, and actually, i-share ko lang. So, when Versex kind of moved to New York indefinitely, naka-hangout ko siya kasama namin ni Marina when we were doing DragCon last year. And so, na-intro na ako sa energy niya and I love her so much. She is giving reality TV goals. So I cannot wait to see how everything unfolds from or with Versex this season.
Up next, we have John Fideliaga, who a lot of people might know from Facebook, from the Omegle videos on YouTube, yes. Pero, John started getting really back into drag. I mean, after the viral videos, John started to get back into performing as a drag queen. Tapos parang, ayun nga, may kwento siya na parang minamaliit daw siya ng mga tao na parang, bakit ka ba nagda-drag ganyan? But John was actually a pioneer of the original location of O-Bar here in the Philippines. She doesn't look like it, but she's quite seasoned as a drag performer and she is here to prove that, as she says in her confessionals. Meron siya sinabing other entrance line that may provide more context for her look, but unfortunately had to be cut for copyright reasons.
Oh, I see. So did John have to re-enter the workroom or?
I think she said an extended entrance line, tas may kinot sila sa edit
got
from it.
And also to the people who say na John is not a drag queen, that is absolutely not allowed in this
Correct.
house. Also, I have to use this other sign. So we have absolutely not, and then we have absolutely.
That's absolutely not correct.
Correct.
John, like, that's, ako, like, when I met John on set, yun talaga akala ko, di ba, ito yung sa YouTube lang, ganyan. And then as I got to know her talagang, okay, she does have an extensive history. As in, girl, natigil siya because she had to, go to the States and, provide for her family for a while with a job there. But John has been a long-time drag queen and a very seasoned one as well.
Yes, I have my eye on John kasi I feel like may mga ini-establish ng storyline na tipong, teka lang, because when I get the right challenge for me, I'm gonna show ya what I am made of.
And then after John, sino ba yan?
May papasok si Trixie Mattel ba ito?
Hala, oh my God, copycat. Charot.
Galing So, sino? Sino papasok sa workroom?
Hi, it's me. I am your choice of Philippine Drag Supernova Mix Chanel, and I'm finally walking into the workroom on season 3. And girl, I had to plug the plug. I absolutely had to plug the podcast. Like, what? Ano pa bang gagawin ko doon kung hindi i-promote ang sarili ko at ang mga trabaho ko, di ba?
Correct. If you're not self-promoting, if you are not chasing that clout, what are you doing with your life, mama?
Correct.
But can I just say, I think, when they released the entrances, when they released that 12-minute preview, word on the street, I've been checking the chatter online. I think you kind of were the best entrance in terms of look, branding, performance. I mean, early on, pinakita mo sa kanila na you are a student of the game and that you are a drag race nerd.
I'm baby girl. I wouldn't claim definitely that I'm the best entrance look, but I have seen comments of people online saying that, truth be told, Bekenemen as like a gay slang term has kind of been out of trend recently. Parang nag-resurgence siya because of the entrance line. So I don't know, girl. I'm just here to collect my coins and my clout.
I mean, I love it because also in this moment when I saw the preview, the shout out to Bekenemen and my face, I also made it to Drag Race for like a good 2 seconds, mama.
She said airtime.
I am, sabi nga ni Jakes Monsoon, I'm just lucky I got the airtime. So, yun na siya. When I saw this, I was like, I mean, I know you told me that, this was going to be your entrance line, but seeing it pa rin sa final edit, I was like, we did that, and that is absolutely so terrific.
So, I mean, for non-long-time listeners of the pod, if you're checking us out because, it's interesting, I'm doing a podcast for my own season. I started during the pandemic. I won a competition during my first year online. I was mentored by Eva Queen on that competition. And just a bunch of other things I've done. Like, I don't know, check my CV.
Correct. It's giving, privilege. We're going to say it already, If it's giving, well-earned, I think.
I worked hard for it. I worked hard for the privilege that I do have.
Correct.
So after me comes in Tita Baby. And can I just say, when I was watching the preview and when I was watching the episode, bumalik all the kilig feels that I got when I saw Tita Baby walk in.
And nakita namin sa edit yun, actually.
Yeah, like, Tita Baby is, like, pangalan niya, like, drag name niya yung Tita Baby, but to me, Tita Baby feels like my actual tita, my actual relative. Me and Tita Baby have gotten to, like, spend... Actually, we don't get to work with each other frequently because we're, like, kind of not competitors, but, we do have the same work as hosts, so hindi kami always cast together as hosts. But we've gotten a lot of like quality time with each other, and we just have a really big appreciation for each other. So when I saw Tita Baby walk in the most Tita Baby look and
mama,
entrance line,
tita.
by the way.
Correct.
So on brand. As in talaga parang, oh my God.
Andito na ang ulam.
Correct.
Oh.
Parang, to me, it's like, oh my God, I'm home. It felt like home. Like,
It was also nice to see Tita Baby there because pareho kami ni Tita Baby na nagsimula sa TikTok ang mga careers namin noong 2021. So parang I also like saw appear there. I mean, I have to inject myself here because I'm like the cloud chaser in this gig. But I'm so happy noon. And Tita Baby here brings in not just a lot of life experience, but really a lot of work experience. So si
Yes.
Tita Baby was a former advertising executive. At kita mo naman sa mga pinakita niyang creations all throughout the episode na medyo makita mo yung disiplina ng ahensya doon.
Yes.
So very excited again to see how everything
Like I
turns
said in my
out.
confessional, she is a woman of a certain experience, and it's quite an extensive certain experience.
Correct. Up next, we have, hello mga gay, it's Kiana,
Kiana
with a
with a
K.
K. Oh my God.
Ganun na siya. Soundbite na, yun na yung buong pangalan
Well,
niya.
I mean, good for her naging catchy nga din yung entrance line niya. But I remember Kiana, like, telling me specifically, she had a different entrance line.
Oh.
And then in the moment, nakalimutan niya. And she said the first thing that came to her mind, which is, what's up mga gay, Kiana with a K? Which, you know, is a really great way to introduce yourself. But she told me that her entrance line was supposed to be, Kiana wins flawless victory because she's wearing a Mortal Kombat outfit.
Naalala niya to way after na.
Oh, as in, I remember parang the takes in between the girls are quite long. And then she was like, wait, can I redo my entrance? I forgot my line. And then she did it. Tapos parang kaming lahat tumatawa na lang. It was just like a funny moment. But yeah, they of course went with the original entrance. And yung, in the edit, you can see me and Kiana hugging. Hindi nasama yung soundbite nun, pero pinagtatawanan namin parang, since me and Kiana has been booked at Bekenemen once
Correct.
before. Me and Kiana knew each other prior to the competition. Pero pinagtatawanan namin parang, girl, bakit naman natin ginawang cosplay convention ng entrance looks?
So para kayo nasa Mega Trade Hall.
Correct.
Diba? So, of course, Kiana from CDO, I remember nung dinala ni Hana Beshi yung kanyang CDO sisters, Kiana was one of them sa Apotheca last year. I am telling you, I felt the whole room shake because of just the sheer like willpower and electricity that Kiana brings into every performance. So when she did that sa voguing challenge, I was like, I saw that live already. I mean, of course she was gonna win that thing. And when I saw that final 2 lip sync for the win this episode, I was like,
That's exactly what she brought the last time we saw her.
Oh my
And,
God.
Like, chef's kiss to that lip sync. And after Kiana, we have... Sino ba yan? Sino ba kasi yan? We have my drag sister, J. Quinn. So, believe it or not, I am an introvert and I do keep a close circle of friends. And J. Quinn is one of those close circle from the drag industry. Like, we share quite a deep bond because we do have a lot of the same interests. Kita nyo naman na parang we do have like kind of a bordering into each other's genre of drag na K-pop, anime aesthetics. But well, I was just so excited to see her there.
But you know, si J. Quinn has been trying, I think ever since season 1, I think nag-audition na si J. Quinn. So I'm really happy na finally ito na yung time niya. She's really one of the more seasoned or
Yes.
seasoned queens in the cast in terms of just being a veteran in the industry. Before the pandemic pa lang, nakikita ko na si J. Quinn sa Nectar. So I'm very excited to see yung particular brand of drag niya, especially now where, you know, K-pop, J-pop, A-pop is like widely more received these days. So very excited.
I mean, not to age reveal my sister, but I think her and Bench started around the same time. They're that season. J. Quinn performed in bars like Chalou, Rapture, and Nectar prior to joining the competition. And she's really known as the premier K-pop drag queen of the Philippines.
Up next, we have Yudi Pota. Can I just say, I mean, talk about first impressions, mama. This is
Girl.
just like, okay, let's do this thing.
Girl, ang funny nga, meron nakitang comment ni Yudi sa Instagram na parang this season is like all girls and then one monster. she knew how to do an entrance also. Like the entrance look, she knows how to make a good, strong, memorable first impression. So Yudipota is from Bacolod. I knew Yudipota way back in like the online scene of drag. And she's really like a very popular alternative drag queen here in the Philippines. And she performed in the Sasha Colby and Crystal Versace Halloween show, I think last year here in Manila.
So, I think Yudi provides like welcome variety in the cast because like you have like yun nga yung alt representation. Last year we got Ovi, and to some extent we also got Jade every now and then because I knew Jade from like way before. Alam ko yung parang alt beginnings ni Jade, but I'm happy that we're getting that with Yudi. I mean,
Plus, and talk of the town is, like, she has this, like, amazing, glamorous, scary drag persona, but then out of drag, people
Mama
are living
face.
for the face.
And we are going to talk about that even more later. But for me, this is just, yeah, you better serve it, hunty.
And as Yudi says, don't talk about her audio.
Gusto ko yung energy of it all. We are going to talk about that later. The next queen to enter the workroom is from the bright house of Ding. It's Zimba Ding.
Which, can I just say, like, I was gagged, but in the best way, when she walked in, because I'm like, this girl is so young. Her drag career is so young, pero deserve, like, absolutely deserve.
Sobrang absolutely deserve because, you know, we've kind of had like a front row seat in terms of witnessing Zimba Ding come into her own. I remember siya yung nanalo nung ating lip sync battle.
Yes, which was, I think parang she was under brigading for only like a couple months at that point.
Meron kaming lip sync battle nung viewing party nung episode 9 ng season 1 and she annihilated the lip sync battle. She also won our drag pageant, yung Ikaw Nemen, and I remember nung nag-tech run kami, basically sabi ko anong kailangan mong tech requirements. So ni-rehearse namin yung number niya for like 3-4 na runs and every single time I was like, taya tong batang to, like, she is the future, and I think I've been vocal in terms of telling that to her, and now she is here, her moment. I'm also happy she got an extremely strong showing for episode 1, so I'm excited!
If I'm not mistaken, Zimba is the youngest in our cast. But like, kita nyo naman sa episode 1, she's also one of the strongest competitors there.
And she is ready to like, yes, end the talent, yes, end the drama.
Oh girl, talk of the town is the pot stirring runs in the family apparently.
Correct. Ito ang legacy ng mga nanay ng season 1. Kung narrator si Eva, narrator ka. Kung pot stirrer si Brigitte, pot stirrer siya. I've seen the memes and it is quite funny. But we have a lot of show to get through at nasa entrances pa lang tayo. Up next, we have Sarah Geronimo. Charing.
Popstar bench.
Yes. This entrance look though.
This was so good, honestly. At first, I went, nung syempre nakababa pa yung hat niya, I'm like, wait, oh my God, sino to? And then when she took it off and she like introduced herself, sabi ko talaga, oh my God. If any of our cast, well, aside from Maxi, if any of our cast needs no introduction, it's Popstar bench. Like, the whole tala dance craze in the Philippines, let's credit it to her.
Correct.
I mean, Sarah wrote the song. Sarah sang the song and performed it. But Popstar Bench really was performing tala regularly before it hit like the gay subculture.
Correct.
Parang before siya pumatok sa mga bakla at naging choreography ng lahat ng Christmas party for an entire like 2 years, I think, Popstar Bench was already doing it in O-Bar. And parang sa kanya nga yata natutunan ng mga karamihan ng tao yung choreography.
I think tama ka doon, but I love it na yung outfit niya is talagang like over the top because I think she kind of has the reputation and the credentials to back it up. So I love that so much. But also being a drag race nerd, I love it na we're getting the same parang Derek Barry question na parang hanggang Sarah na lang ba siya na inarticulate nga ni Kiana. So I think that is maybe the story that we're being set up here for Bench. And again, excited to see everything unfold.
I mean, it's drag race. There are tropes that have to be repeated in order to unfold differently. Well,
yep. And then, eto na nga. Okay, ang last to enter the workroom, sino pa ba? Uwian na.
Honestly, I had heard rumors prior to getting in na parang, oh my God, parang narinig ko parang mag-season 3 daw si Maxi. Sabi ko yung parang I remember talking to you about this when we were preparing. Sabi ko parang, girl, pasok yata si Maxi. And we had the same thought na parang, okay, girl, pag pumasok siya, huwag ka na mag-expect masyado.
Yeah, because it's giving like a very Sasha Kobe kind of momentum.
Yes.
You know, again, Maxi is here sa season 3, at like coming from Queen of the Universe. So parang she represented the country with such pride. Maxi is just really like a very seasoned artist. Kita niyo naman pag-deliver niya nung linya niya na yung commitment sa tangina, ano na, bomba na. Yung palang parang, it was just so, she knows what she's doing, everything is done intentionally, and she never has to apologize for the bright star that she is.
Yeah, like, as a drag queen, as a drag performer, Maxi came in with the most clout, and deservedly so, because, fun fact, if you don't know, Maxi's drag name actually came from being cast as Maximo Oliveros in Maxi the Musical. So that's where Maxi's drag name came from. I think Maxi was around like 9 years old at that time, and has really like just continued performing and excelling in what she does since then.
And I love it na meron tayong tatlong confessional saying na okay, the competition is here again. That tells us that we need to look Maxi as kind of like the top dog, the one to beat. And I think ganun talaga. So, nanginig ka siguro ng very, very light.
Nanginig ako na very, very light. Pero sabi ko nga, it's a cute dress. I mean, like, na ano naman, parang gets ko naman na para Maxi na siya, hindi niya kailangan pakilala. Pero pumasok siya, yung naka-short dress lang siya, parang ako, okay, Maxi.
You know what? If you can just like try to like put like one loving jab in there, it's fine because we know naman Maxi is going to really be a big, I mean, ngayon pa lang, I think we know she's going to be a big
Talk
character.
of the town, even before the season.
Correct.
Even like rumors pa lang, the one to watch talaga.
And then, of course, the 12th queen to enter the workroom is Miss Vanjie. Charina.
It's Juju.
It's Miss Jolina Magdangal. I guess I wanna get like right to the point. Of course, everything in the edit is condensed. Pero, nung medyo pinipitch nyo na kay Jolina, naaalarmahin nyo siya, how was that like? Because I think you articulated it well in the sense na, guys, artista yan, ha?
Girl, it happened in the moment. Like, ako, you can see me like in the shot na I was really worried that they would drop her. Kasi it was a gag. Because the past 2 seasons, we both had 12 queens. So, nag-count off pa nga ako. Like, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nga ba?
Very super fan ka doon, by the way.
What am I here for? Like, nag-count off ako na 11. And I was really expecting one more queen to enter. Tapos, nung pumasok nung anliit, sabi ko, who the fuck is this? Tapos, nung nagpakaya siya Jolina, girl, like, we were all just gagged. And absolutely gagged. And I think Maxi was caught up in the moment din na parang, oh, go, alarmahin ka namin. Out of excitement, it wasn't pitched. We basically kind of like just grabbed her, and when she consentingly put her legs up.
Gusto ko yung consentingly
put her legs up. I mean, we wouldn't have been able to lift her without her consent. Pero nauga ako, nauga siya, nauga kaming lahat. But from the first 15 minutes of the season, you can see the level of energy that our cast is about to break.
Oh my God. And that is the perfect segue to the next topic because energy nga naman ang pinakita nyo sa Voguing Mini Challenge. Can I just say, it's a great callback to UK Season 5 premiere kasi ganito siya. There were Drag Race, mga alumni na nag-judge ng ballroom, nandun si Panjaina. So we got our own version of it. So
we got that also, I think, in Season 10, Aquarius season.
Yes, correct. So I'm so happy that we got this. Medyo, it's not done all the time, but I'm happy we got it in your season. So I guess ang una kong tanong, when you saw the Drag Race alumni there, what was going through your head?
It made me so happy because I mean, like, it's a competition. I know what I was getting into, but at that point, we had been in the hotel room for a few days, and starting to feel a little homesick. And then when I saw my coworkers, when I saw my friends come in, I was like, oh my God, this is about to be so much fun. Because having been away from your friends and your support system for a few days, and then you see so many familiar faces, people that you work closely with, people that are like your actual friends coming in, talagang sobrang, I loved it. I loved every moment of that voguing challenge.
Yes, Kiana won the challenge, and also you were a clear standout, Mama. That dip that you did, it was like smooth as butter. In fact, nasa trailer nga yung dip mo na yun, so
yes.
It was that good. But I guess dahil nandun ka, tell us of like things we didn't see that kind of support the edit. Any bits you want to share with us?
Ooh, what I remember is I said something in my. Let me check my notes real quick.
She has notes because she is what? Controlling.
I'm calculated. I said something in my confessional about parang nag-give up yung floor and kinain niya ako. Because actually, they didn't include it in the cut, but they added a foam matting kasi, they expected the girls to be like doing stunts all over that stage. They added a foam matting. When I was doing my routine, part of it lifted up and I accidentally rolled under it. Kaya ako nasabi yung kinain ako na floor. But also, I just want to give a shout out to my voguing coach, Merx. Nung nakita pa lang ni Merx yung trailer, kinoment niya na ako and I was like, oh my God, validation.
Yay! Na, yun nga yung sinasabi ni Zemba na yung voguing community, kailangan mo ring makuha kahit papano ang kanilang like approval if you're doing things technically correct.
I mean, the conversation between Drag Race and the Vogue community is quite an extensive discourse, but you know, like, we do have to give respect to where voguing came from.
Correct. And then, so ganun-ganun lang, si Kiana ay merong 20,000.
Yes.
And then, everybody drags, most of them, I think, kilala mo na, if not all of them.
Nakakatawa yan. Kasi as usual, on Drag Race na parang, especially in the confessionals, they ask you, okay, who do you think is the trade of the season? Who were you most attracted to? Parang I remember being like, mga sister ko yung mga yan. Parang since most of us already knew each other, ang funny na ang onti ng sound bites na parang, oh, this person parang, na-shock ako sa kanya out of drag. Sobrang onti ng ganong sound bites. It's talagang, magkakatrabaho na kami beforehand. So, like, it was a funny, you know, it's a drag race thing that they kind of traditionally do. But ang funny lang talaga na in this context, in this time, in this season, medyo parang, they didn't get exactly the same.
But we did get the soundbite of Tita Baby basically saying na si Yudi daw mas maganda pa out of drag.
Girl.
So tawa lang ako dun sa soundbite na yon, no?
Yudi's skin in real life, no camera can do justice to Yudi's skin in real life. I'm telling y'all so much.
And then we move on na to the Maxi challenge part of it. But before anything, I would just like to tell everyone, I'm asking for your full attention. I have a job to do in a short amount of time, so we need to do it fast, especially music. If I say back 2 seconds and play, please do it within 2 seconds. And just like that, nabigyan po ng representation ang mga student org leaders, ang mga taga-ad agency, ang mga project manager, ang mga into domination. Ito po yung representation yung mga scenes.
Oh my God. Sobrang funny, no? It was the first filming scene that was shown. Pero in-address naman ni Angel in Untucked na Angel was the first to film, actually. I watching it in the viewing party, it was like funny cringe na para na-cringe ako seeing myself like that, but it was so funny because like in my entrance you got the whole like baby girl side of Mick Chanel na parang like the itch ball queen.
Correct.
And then all of a sudden in filming she went into producer mode na parang maybe nakakauga siya for the audience, no, na parang I went from like this persona of like cutesy to suddenly like being all domineering. But I think my org mates, my college org mates, my former ahensya workmates, and of course our prod team, I think hindi naman sila nagulat na lumabas yun.
Siya yun. Gusto niyo ng authenticity. The authenticity.
Girl, pag mag-open house na kami in 30 minutes tapos parang ang gulo-gulo pa ng everything, I have to just be like, sometimes like in half-done drag, parang ako, teka lang guys, wait lang, kailangan na natin gawin to. Lumabas siya kasi nga, as Angel said, she was the first one to film. And then she was short 2 lines of her song. Nabitin yung filming niya. Kinuwento niya yun sa amin backstage on the rating na parang, guys, oh my God, na-stress ako kasi parang kinulang yung time ko. So nung sinabi sa amin yun ni Angel, sabi ko talaga, ay, no. Hindi yan mangyayari sa akin. Meron akong shot list, meron akong sequence. Sabi ko talaga, hindi, matatapos tayo. And I think I had like 30 seconds to spare at the end of it na parang I had time to just do a run of my, parang I had time to do a run of my song just kind of freestyle. So, I mean, talk of the town is effective naman daw.
Correct. I mean, it gave us the great sinigang mix today.
And I think it gave us like first viral moment of the season.
Correct. The first viral moment of the season. And then the rest, I think we saw the most from you actually during the filming footage.
I was so surprised. So, ako yung una. Tapos parang sabi ko, oh my God, ang haba.
Tapos yung iba parang like 15-20 seconds na.
Which was, like, that was like the like, sobrang uga ako dun. Parang, oh my God, like, they really gave me the time of they really gave me the airtime, honey.
Absolutely airtime hungry contestant mixture.
You know what? I'm just happy for my airtime.
Correct. So we saw just like, snippets of everybody filming their TikTok video. So I guess we move na into like a new day in the workroom. And we gotta talk about this because this is kind of like the eye of the storm. This is where the first spark confrontation started. More than analyzing the edit, I guess I kind of would like to hear from you how you remember things.
So of course, like, in usual Drag Race context, this is like an hour. We get like an hour of the show. But we film for 2 days. We film for like 8 to 12 hour days sometimes. Like, there are a lot of conversations and interactions in the workroom. And, since it's the first day, the girls feeling each other out, testing out the grounds, testing out their dynamics. That happen behind the scenes. That the audience doesn't see.
Correct.
Like, that's just gonna be lost footage somewhere.
Which is going to be, yun nga yung point ko kasi parang sinasabi ni Ver na si Kiana is doing the most. But I guess rin, kinulang lang ako sa footage to sort of, yung mag-uudyo kay J. Quinn sa kay Ver to do that. Kasi parang nagulat na lang ako nag-aaway sila. Tapos parang it kind of snowballed and that's kind of, doon ako yun yung hinahanap ko na part. Kasi parang, syempre si Kiana, kaya lang, parang, wait, ba't yun siya inaaway? But also, I want to kind of hear both sides.
Siguro parang kind of like contextual evidence speaking. Meron kaming interaction ni Kiana.
I think yun nga, yun.
Meron kaming interaction ni Kiana na parang nag-fish na parang, guys, who do you think is the winner of the mini challenge? Tapos kinlock ko siya agad. Tapos natawa ako kasi parang, since I knew Kiana before, medyo kilala ko na yung timpla ni Kiana.
Correct.
So, nung narinig ko yun, sabi ko na lang kay Bakla, ay Bakla, gusto mo lang ng airtime? Gusto mo lang sabihin namin ikaw? I think that kind of
was the pag-substantiate for doing the most. But for me,
not naman that lang exactly.
Correct.
Pero parang, that's kind of like a sneak peek into the interactions that Kiana got with the other girls that may not have sat as well like it did with me.
Okay.
So,
which is yun nga, kasi nung narinig ko siya, parang nagpapakute siya and she knew she did well. So parang, yun lang. So parang
I think it was just
amiss. Yeah.
In the room, I think it was really just like, when you don't get each other's humor, and like, give them natin na Kiana is from CDO, they have their own culture, they have their own like vernacular and language and sense of humor in the gay community there, in just her close circle of friends, her sisters there, compared to us Manila girls. A lot of us know each other. A lot of us have spent time backstage with each other, bantering, sense of humor. I think sabi nga ni Bench sa Untucked na parang minsan nga nagkakaroon ng sigawan, nagkakaroon ng bangayan. Not naman to normalize it, but more just like to context na magkaiba. Magkaiba yung culture ni Kiana compared to the other girls. And ayun, siguro nagkaroon lang ng mismatch of energies that kind of blew up in the heat of the moment under the, the microscopic eye of the camera lens. Like, emotions are heightened. We're in a competition setting. It's the first day feeling each other out. Magkakaroon ng talagang moment dyan.
Yeah, so it's a developing story na online. Let's try to not contribute to the hate, and let's not bully the queens, guys. They're here to give us great TV, and we got such a strong premiere.
Girl, we gave great TV this first episode, and yun nga, we filmed this months ago. So, like, we're all good now. We're all friends. Kagabi nga, parang, like, our conversation today has been really quite heavy because of the backlash that Versex and J. Quinn are facing. And we as a cast are really all one in each other na parang, this shouldn't be happening.
Correct. And that's what I got no viewing party na parang I think conversations have been had already.
Yes,
definitely. So whether that happened during the season or after, parang tipong let's be entertained. Let's consume this great piece of entertainment from our queens, but let's not contribute hate, y'all.
Correct.
So,
I mean, we're giving you TV moments.
Correct.
Hello.
And on that note, we are going to be taking our one and only break. And when we return, Maxi challenge ito. Ang daming looks, ang daming videos, and a lip sync for the win.
A jam-packed episode 1.
We'll be back. And before we continue, a toast to Mix Chanel. Finally, a Ru girl. Maraming salamat. Absolute. This is absolutely giving us a superstar fantasy because we got sponsor. Pasensya na rin po if we are delivering this particular podcast in a very newscaster performance. Kasi yung set po namin talaga.
The vibe of the room is giving us something different. It's a different fantasy.
Don't worry, bibigyan ulit namin kayo ng something maliit and Oscar-worthy Natalie Portman performance sa aming succeeding episodes. Pero for now, magpapaka Nori De Castro po muna kami sa aming episode.
And back on the main stage of Drag Race Philippines Season 3, Mama Pau's look. Can we talk about Mama Pau's
Wait, sorry, si Mama Pau ba to or si Chapel Roan?
Oh my God! Actually, and like, in a look she designed herself.
Yeah, I mean,
Little known fact
correct.
that Paolo Ballester is actually a designer himself.
Yes. I'm sorry, but tipong ito yung sinabi niya sa ibang international hosts. So ano na? Ano yung tsura nyo? Kaya ba?
She is bringing it on this episode and she is bringing it on this season, if I do say so myself.
The doors that Eva and Marina have opened because of the stopover. I mean, I gotta say,
no, we gotta give props to the styling team also.
Correct, because people, nung nilabas yung very first clip of Mama Pau sa season 3, as in yung comments ng mga tao, thank you, Miss Eva, thank you, nakakatawa siya.
Girl.
But I mean, I like that you know, they listen or kahit paano they know na parang na they have to make every season better. And I love it that we're getting this because it was so worth it. This is, I think, quite timeless and just one of the best looks from a host I have personally seen, and I consume a lot of international seasons too, so you better do that, Miss Mama Pau.
And on that note, let us bring it to the runway with our hometown looks.
Correct. So we will be reviewing the looks and the video per queen. So para hindi kayo masyado ma-disorient, so we'll do it per queen, both the looks and the video. Up first, we have Popstar Bench.
Girl, it is still a mystery to me up to this day kung paano nadala ni Bench yung mga kabayo na yan.
Oo nga.
Hindi ko alam paano niya dinala sa luggage niya. Hindi ko alam paano niya dinala sa... day one was quite a blur because we were all quite... It was our first runway. We were all quite tense and nervous. Para medyo nagpa-panic na kami lahat. Getting ourselves ready for the runway. So I don't really remember how they brought this to the main stage and how she was able to carry it the entire time. But when I saw this, I gagged. And then I had a moment na parang, wait, oh my God, am I in danger?
Oo nga, actually, kasi meron ka rin specific reaction when you see the looks na sa workroom, right? Before you guys actually move to the runway. Pero, great start, pasabog agad. It's, you know, quintessentially Filipino paandar, pasabog drag. And also, ang ganda niya, kasi parang, it's really showing us na parang, okay, ito pa yung kayang gawin ni Bench outside the Sarah of it all. And now, speaking of her video, it was so stupid in the best way possible. Kasi ba yung oy.
Correct, oy.
Oy lang. As in, oy lang. And for me, meron, like, it's absurd and hypnotic and like thoroughly entertaining.
A little tidbit about this is we did have a walkthrough with Mama Pau for the challenge. Hindi na siya, it's a jam-packed episode, so hindi na siya nasama sa edit. But I remember Bench talking about this as, it might be familiar to yung kay Precious na oy ni Precious. Ang backstory dyan is, si Bench actually yata yung nagpauso nun sa kanilang O-bar, their batch of O-bar girls, kaya nadala ni Precious yung mannerism. So parang Bench wanted to bring it on this challenge. And yeah, I mean, to talk about being catchy, how can you forget oy. And it's really one of those songs na we sang the entire season.
Yun ang recall.
There are a few songs from our viral challenges na bumabalik-balik throughout the season. I don't know if it's gonna make it to the edit, but kami, as the girls, like, on our filming days, randomly may kakantang isa ng kanta ng iba, ganyan.
Up next, we have Versex giving you the intersection of Manila and New York. And I'm sorry, this is fashion, mama.
Girl, it's fashion.
It's fashion. It's so good. The walk as well. I think we have to talk about the way Versex just like walks and is able to sell not just the garment but ultimately the concept of it all.
The aesthetic of Versex is the girls that get it. Kasi Versex is really deriving from fashion. Not drag, not costume, not even dragged up fashion, just fashion. Yun yung aesthetic niya. That's where she draws from. So this kind of look might be less familiar to the Drag Race audience. But I remember seeing this look and I was like, girl, the taste level.
I love it. And ang kanya namang Maxi Challenge viral video, I love it kasi ang ganda niyang pangbalanse dun sa sobrang matigas na femme, na high glam. Tapos, politiko na mukhang tanga lang, 'di ba? Na parang, guys, I can have fun. So that's the part of the video that I really like. Could have used a hook, not just not just for verse X, but for a lot of the videos. I could have just used a hook or something that could have been repeated a lot of times.
Yung kotchi na part, yes.
Yung kotchi na part, because again, this is a viral challenge. But in terms of the branding of it all, I love it that this basically shows us that Versex has a sense of humor.
She has range. And ang funny dyan is, so I followed Versex for a long time now. I was excited to see her in the cast, and we got quite close in the first few days. Hindi na, like, storyline purposes, but hindi na yun nakita sa edit na me and Versex got quite close in this first episode pa lang. And ang funny na, on the runway, we see Versex, and then in the mini challenge, we see, I'm not gonna government name my sis, but we see the person behind the art that is Versex. So sobrang, it's a brand break, but also still on brand for the person.
Oh my God. So yeah, I'm so happy na we got, a full serving of Versex sa episode 1. Up next, we have Immaculate Conception doing John Fideliaga.
Again, alam mo, ang daming girls on this first runway that brought gigantic costumes, which for me, my silhouette was like quite slender. Made me feel really insecure in that first episode. Parang, shit, ang liit-liit ko dito. And this was one of those like gag looks when nung nakita ko nagbibihis na siya, parang ako, oh my God.
Siguro nakita mo siya nagbibihis palaki ng palaki. Tapos yung akin, ang liit-liit ko. Paano na ito, dear?
Girl, at ang liit na tao ni John Fideliaga, pero parang mas matangkad pa ata yung costume niya sa akin. Girl, as in talagang...
Pero sa viewing party, people were gagged and they were just applauding and hollering when John Fideliaga stepped out of that runway.
It's the details kasi. Like, we get the reference, but the way that the details are both respecting the reference but also dragged up in the best way. I think this is a Patrick Star creation, if I'm not mistaken. So just wonderful, chef's kiss.
Oh my God.
And then John's viral video is a single that they released before pa, Magiging Akin Ka Rin. So parang, parang song na siya ni John from before that she just brought on the show. Ito yung mga song, one of the songs that stuck with us na kinakanta-kanta namin sa like during filming.
Up next, we have Maxi giving us Jose Rizal na slightly genderfuck realness. Concept-wise, I really, really love this.
So smart.
I mean, I could have used maybe some more stones, pero nabenta niya sa akin sa acting galing.
Yes.
Sobrang, nung ginawa niya yon, sabi ko it's very Maxi kasi Maxi is like a larger-than-life personality with like the talent and charisma to back it up. So when Maxi did that is a very Maxi thing to do. It's also the presentation of it all.
I was watching the monitor of the runway backstage when Maxi was doing this. I was like the look was already good. But it was the delivery and the commitment that sold it. And then Maxi's viral video is, I don't know kung na-release niya to before or balak pa lang niya i-release. It is Tado.
I particularly love it as like an acting challenge bit because yung first 5 seconds pa lang for me, oh my God, I love it already. Yung overacting na yung parang may sinampal siya or may sinapak siya. Tapos ang ganda ng message niya na parang, basically 2024 na ngayon, kailangan na
bakla, fight back.
Parang for me nag-resonate sa akin yun kasi parang tama, as someone na nabully, at medyo nang bully na rin because, you have to live a full life.
You have to be 360-degree people.
Correct. It was just like, I love it so much. And vocals, doon sa track niya, and that wasn't her best register, ha? That was just her like giving us low register. That was the best part of Maxi's,
It was catchy, yes. So, ang catchy noon, yung like, Tado. It was catchy, yes, but it was the vocal performance that delivered it. And I think, we were both in the top group for that week, and Maxi really deserved it.
I love it. Up next, we have Angel na, can I just say, because alam ko taga Santa Ana siya, nung nakita ko tong outfit at parang I get it agad. As in, kulang na lang ata ice pick, saka siguro kagawad vest. Basically, you have another Wednesday in Santa Ana.
Girl. The Santa Ana, the Manila City representation on this episode is wild. Like, the spectrum is wild. Nung nakita ko din, tawan-tawa ko din sa bote ng beer on her head na nilabas niya on the runway. this is such an Angel look.
Correct.
Angel loves her pageant gowns, but also Angel has like that
May
twisted
yeah.
sense of humor
Yeah.
na, I mean, so yung viral videos, we actually got to all watch it on the main stage.
Oh.
Hindi na pinakita yung reaction shots namin kasi time, for the sake of time and the edit.
1 hour and 13 minutes na po yung episode, guys.
Oo. Angel's viral video did really well in the room. As in,
Oh.
tuwan-tuwa kami. Kasi, catchy siya, tapos it's stupid, but also like, with quite a thick autotune, but Angel's vocals were also giving.
Mhm. Ang gusto ko kay Angel is that kahit wala akong ma-recall na linya, or yung hindi ko maalala yung plot ng video niya, for some strange reason, I still got the Angel brand. And I think that's because we're getting somebody who is just so unhinged and wala siyang pakialam how she's portrayed. She's gonna give you Angel.
If you thought Jade's like delusion is unhinged, si Angel mas unhinged kasi si Jade is quite parang medyo may reservations pa si Jade about like being the goddess of the fantasy. Si Angel talaga, pakita nyo naman sa confessions, mayat-maya, ang ganda ko.
No.
Masarap-sarap ko. And yung ako ang iyong babae tonight na linya, again, recall throughout the whole season.
Ako ang iyong babae tonight. Parang gusto kong gamitin yan sa aking
Diba?
Mga public speaking gigs. Charing! Up next, we have come on. If you wanted face card, Yudi Pota, you better fucking give it to us, girl.
Girl, Yudi went from monster to pageant queen in the span of an episode. She is giving you range.
Absolutely fierce.
Girl, absolutely fierce. And with Yudi, she delivered in the way on the runway.
So
But-
this wig on her is styled to perfection. She looks like a Hollywood star.
Can I just say I tried on that wig and that's like 3 kilograms.
Oh my
That
God.
wig, that's like 2 or 3 wigs stacked together just to get that giant beehive volume.
Oh my God.
It was so heavy. But I think Yudi shared this on our viewing party na it's kind of a chore and a half to get herself in this gown. Like, let's leave it at that.
Grabe. Pero the viral video ni Yudi, I think, again, is a great balance to what she showed sa runway because yung low energy na maganda na pinangatawanan niya, and then yung soundbite na pasok sa budget.
It embodied but also made fun of such a common TikTok throw.
Oh my God.
It was so smart. And the most, like, I guess, energy efficient, energy economical na parang she usually just like, Yudi, but on that entire 5-minute shooting, and delivered.
Yeah. You know, again, it was just, she knew what she can serve, and then she did serve it to us.
It's very that.
Okay. Up next, we have Kiana from CDO. Ang kanyang runway look ay inspired by a fish, if I'm not mistaken.
CDO folklore of like a golden fish that causes earthquakes. This look was beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's giving us like this great intersection of a little bit of spook, a little bit of alt, but like really, really glam silhouette and color choice.
And I expected a lot from Kiana's runways kasi from what we've seen of Hannah Beshi's run, from what we know of the CDO drag scene, the girls of CDO are very self-sufficient in that a lot of them can make their costumes. So I knew when I saw Kiana walk, I was like, oh, her entire community helped put her package together. It's gonna be sickening and it's all gonna be like handmade couture by drag queens.
Yes. And then ang kanyang viral video, I mean, I'm gonna have to be honest. It needed the hook for me. But then because I think the music came in a little too late, parang I couldn't attach anything for recall purposes. All I know is that she gave great energy. She was fierce. But I really did want something more.
Yeah. This did not do it didn't do baba. This did not do the best in the room in terms of a reaction.
Okay.
Kasi now that I heard it back, I'm like, oh, yun nga pala yung kanta niya. But I think a lot of us had a hard time recalling Kiana's song. And a lot of us don't really understand the video aside from, oh, she put on 3 looks. So medyo parang it was quite contested.
Yeah, and ako personally, I think if we are to just support the edit as to like why she won, I have to give it to her. She has great presence on camera.
I think a great reason why Kiana won is her energy, her presence, her performance. As in, like, Kiana is such a captivating performer. are you gonna remember the song that she performs? Maybe not, but like you remember her.
Correct.
You remember her performing, and that's what I have to give for her viral video. And I like, you know, some things you don't understand in the room as it happens, but watching the episode, it made sense to me now why she was in the
Because I remember the first time I saw Kiana, talagang ang lakas talaga nung dating. So, I mean, I would like to think yun yung nagpa kind of hypnotize at nag-capture ng full attention ng judges because I personally experienced it and medyo talaga nakakaloka siya. Up next, we have Mix Chanel giving us Marikina realness and si Marikit mismo, di ba?
Yes. So, when conceptualizing this look, there were really two things that came to my mind about Marikina, what Marikina is known for. One is the shoe industry, which unfortunately, because of like fast fashion and trends, has been like declining in recent decades. And then the other one is baha. And as someone who lives in Marikina and has experienced like malalang baha and malalang like putikan after the baha, I really wanted to tell a more like, not naman to glamorize resilience and tragedy, but more just like celebrate the people of my hometown. That even though, ayun nga, kilala kami na binabaha kami lagi, and Ondoy, even the most recent, Karina, we still have a love for our city because Marikina is quite a beautiful city. It's a great place to like settle down and raise a family in. Very clean, tahimik kami sa Marikina. So we Mariqueños have such a deep love for the city despite the tragedies and the calamities. And I will be doing a deep dive on this in my Fashion Remix series on my Instagram very soon. Stay tuned for that.
And I absolutely love this look only because it's such an inspired concept. I mean, of course, biased ako kasi syempre asawa ko to, 2 taon na kami magkasama. But as I'm trying to be as objective as I can, I think this is such an inspired concept kasi parang you really were very specific and then you made it your own. So I love this first showing. At of course, ang viral video mo, malamang sasabi ko siya yung pinakamaganda, siya yung pinakamagaling kasi ako nagsulat nun eh.
Featuring vocals by Baus, Rufo, by the way.
Ako po yung vocals ng 1, 2, and 4. Ako po yun. Ako po yung nasa vocals nun. But I mean, I have to exercise self-love here. We wrote something really, really good. Yeah,
like our concept talaga is, you know, you will see as the season progresses, as a batang lumaki sa TV, as a batang pinalaking tutok sa TV at hindi na mahiwalay ang mata sa TV screen, my original concept of a viral video is yung mga commercial jingles. Like, for example, like Rejoice, Musisig lang, may mga like classic, timeless commercial jingles like that. That was like my idea of a viral song. So when we came into this, we did let's do a viral song for like an imaginary product that's relatable, but let's make it stupid and tongue-in-cheek and drag and camp.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who we collaborated with in terms of turning this into a reality. It took a village to do this. It took our improv village to do this.
It took a village to do this, so I don't know how I managed to do that in 5 minutes.
Correct. So talagang naka-full credits naman po ang buong team namin sa official music video ng Sinigang Mix out now. But just special shout out to Kobe Chong who arranged this.
And the musical genius that you are.
Correct.
Kobe.
And yung mga naging writing partners ko before kami nag-arrive sa lyrics ito, nandyan ang aking comedy wife na si Isa Villaverde, nandyan si Carl Etchaluce from Improv, nandyan ang aming
beloved, our angel.
Ae Mendoza, we love you so much sis. Maraming salamat. And just everybody who like just made this happen, salamat.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for all the like warm and loving reception to my commercial. Kayo na bahala akong humusga.
Up next, we have Tita Baby. This look, girl.
This was another one of those like, I was gagging backstage. And talagang, me and Tita Baby bonded over this look.
Okay.
Because since we were, ayun nga, parang Tita Baby was born and raised in Marikina. She's from San Juan now and is representing San Juan in the credits of the show. But born and raised in Marikina. And nung nagkakitaan kami ng looks namin, we were really just like, we are telling a really great story. Like, I am a landmark that is known for katabi ng ilog that is known for being flooded and talaga, ang marikit kasi ng marker namin yan na parang we have the numbered markers of 13 meters, 14 meters floodwaters. But in Marikina, we have like, yung baha nasa bewang na ni Marikit, yung baha nasa dibdib na ni Marikit. Umabot yun, by the way, no Ondoy. 40-foot statue pero umabot sa dibdib niya yung baha. And then when I saw Tita Baby as the Baha herself, we had such a loving bonding moment of like, you know, like just memories as Marikina people. And talagang, alam mo yun, magkatabi pa kami, magkasunod pa kami in the runway. This was, I have a very special memory of Tita Baby in this look.
But apart from that Baha concept, I think for me, this look is so good. This could have easily been her best drag look.
Girl, yes. I think this is an Erin Montoya gown.
I see that.
Details of like the gold little people in the flood on her dress.
And that viral video, strong branding. Naalala ko yung tawang, yung itsura pa lang niya na nakapang aerobic siya na pink, tapos gusto niya tumakbo ng mabilis kasi kailangan niyang mauna sa chismis to the hook na nasa dulo of her spelling out Tita Baby. I think for me, dahil bias ako, I think you and Tita Baby had the best videos, and Zimba too, in terms of just meeting the challenge.
This is episode 1. Like, me and Tita Baby have already have a bond before this outside of the show. But it is in this episode that we realized we have a lot of the same sensibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Parang parehas kaming gumawa ng Baha look. Parehas kaming gumawa ng parang 80s aerobics inspired viral video. Parang, basically like, Tita Baby and Tita Baby Junior. Tita Baby and Pamangkin Baby. Parang ganun siya. And I mean, like, not to be like tooting my own horn, but bias kasi nga parang I saw a lot of my same sensibilities in the output that Tita Baby did on this episode, which made me love her even more and love her output.
Yeah, I love her so much. I mean, we got to work with her recently for a very special Pride effort, so I just love me some Tita Baby. Up next, we have J Quinn representing. The look is...
Zimba is representing North Caloocan City, and J Quinn is South Caloocan. It's Caloocan City is just one whole big city, just 2 chunks for context. And what she's representing here is actually like the skyline view of Caloocan, because Caloocan is quite a slums area. So maraming bubong na kinakalawang.
Pero maganda na ginawa niyang steampunk yung
yes,
treatment.
Exactly. So parang she is the skyline, but also she's like the person looking at Caloocan from the sky.
Now, the viral video for me was quite memorable. How do you say it?
CG.
It was quite memorable because paulit-ulit, but also memorable because the choice of visuals in the damn viral video was really very inspired. Meron kang asong nagpo-procreate at meron kang shirtless picture ni Mama Pao from back in the day.
I don't know how like it got heated in the moment in Untucked and they started calling each other's videos boring, but J Queens did really well in the room because the song was catchy, but also it's the visuals. Like, idea niya yung lagyan ng Mama Pao, like bagets photo ni Mama Pao na shirtless in the video, and then like the dogs humping each other. Both our natawaran kami nito in the room na parang pinag-uusapan namin yung concepts namin. Both our songs are very food and sexually charged.
Food and sexually charged. My kind of content.
Correct. So, so CG did really well in the room. So, ayun. At least for my memory.
Up next, we have Zimba Ding na, I'm sorry, but this runway look with the story and all that, and then just the way... I mean, I will always remember this story and that emotional moment that Zimba had when during critiques. It was just, I just wanted to hug her. And medyo parang ano na rin kasi siya sa atin, parang baby girl na rin siya sa atin when we would have her sa viewing party. So parang I just wanted to kind of hug her, but also parang, fuck, like that's so courageous of her, you know?
When I first saw this look, and I think the judges shared the same sentiment now, when I first saw this look, I was like, huh? But then when she explained, when she told us the story of what it was, I was like,
yes.
Girl, yes.
Absolutely creative, absolutely moving.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like, you saw a very, very shortcut version of the deliberations. We filmed the deliberations for like hours on end. My feet and my waistline from that corset were killing me by the end of it. But we had such a long cry session. Like, it started from Kiana and then me and Tita Baby and Zim. May nakat. I don't know when they're gonna bring this up, but may nakat na storyline kay Tita Bibi na deliberations. That's all I'm gonna say. But basically, the last 4 of us receiving the critiques, it was a cry fest.
You were absolutely emotional.
Yes, it was absolutely cry race season 3. We all got very emotional, and I remember me and Zimba got to do Joy to the World.
Yes, I remember that,
back in
which I
December.
hosted it. So tell them that this story.
So that was around the time now we were kind of just like basically waiting for our confirmations, and it's a small industry. Let's just say that it's a small industry, and we've kind of heard of things. Nagkamustahan kami, and kinamusta ko siya specifically kasi her dad did just pass away at that time, and ako as someone who has faced the death of my father as well, parang it really, her story really like pinched my heart so bad, na parang grabe pala yung family background niya, and I just had to applaud her in that moment for sharing that story.
I just love this kid so much. I think she's a superstar because then of what she was able to do sa viral video.
Girl, superstar!
That viral video, it's hard to kind of sell fears
Yes.
as a viral moment when this is your first time to introduce yourself to the public, when we just saw essentially 10 comedy or comedy adjacent videos, but she did it so successfully. I was sold. It did not feel contrived or manufactured. So for me, that was a great or a very strong viral video.
If I went for like the stupid catchy viral side of TikTok, Zimba went for the dancers of TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that was the audience that she told me she was specifically catering to. She went in for the dancers of TikTok. Kaya ganun yung kanta niya, ganun yung choreography niya, is she wanted to target the people that have actually made careers of dancing on TikTok.
Mhm. Because she is a dancer, girl.
Girl.
This kid can move, can tell a story with her body. So she knew the goods that she had to work with to kind of land herself on top this week. And just like that, ang ating top 2 ay si Kiana at si Zimba at Walang Uuwi. And of course, this is great na Walang Uuwi because we get a lip sync for the win. Ang tanong ko na lang siguro is, dahil kayo ay nasa likod lang, nung nakikita niyo yung likod ng dalawa na nagpapaandaran, what's the energy like just witnessing the first lip sync of the season?
Watching the lip sync, I couldn't help but get distracted by myself performing sa likod. Akala ko kasi madilim, so akala ko hindi ko masyado kita. Girl, you can see me there in the back performing the song. Kasi I shared this in the viewing party. I wanted that song. Like, LSS Kuya, when we were preparing, and when I saw that it was in the lineup of the lip sync songs, minanifest ko na agad na parang, shit, sana lip sync for the win. Kasi ayoko na manifest na mag-bottom ako, di ba? Sabi ko, shit, sana lip sync for the win tong pwede ba? Nangyari nga, bitin lang yung manifestation ko kasi hindi ako yung nag-lip sync. Kaya ako sinabi when I was called safe, sayang naman because I was so... Girl, my clock the shoe change. Clock the shoe change, clock the unzipped dress. I wanted that song. I mean, it's lost in an alternate universe. Mix Chanel lip syncing to Pwede Ba is lost in an alternate universe. But to me, having known these two, in the moment I was like, for how good this lip sync is.
It really was like energy.
But in the moment, I thought, I've seen these girls bring it harder.
Gets naman.
I've
Yes.
seen these girls bring it harder. So, I mean, abangan natin if they're gonna lip sync again. But I've seen these girls perform harder. So if you were impressed by that lip sync, watch these girls live. Watch Kiana live. Watch Zimba live.
Go to the viewing, like, ibang level po ma-experience yung kanilang lip sync prowess. And I thought it was gonna go either way up until I got more close-ups of Kiana by like the last 45 seconds of the performance. So, overall, I just love this episode because the headline of this episode is energy, from the entrances to the mini challenge to the maxi challenge to the final lip sync. Thank you so much to the cast of season 3 for giving us something to look forward to every Wednesday for the next 9 weeks. I am so excited to unpack this.
And then that Untucked, bitch, when I was hyping, I'm sorry, I was hyping up the entire our season since announcement. I was telling everyone na parang this season is it. And I know the skepticism. A lot of girls have many a time said that this season is it. And then Candy Muse Twitter meme
Correct.
of All Stars 8. A lot of girls have said this season is it. Girl, I told y'all this season was it. And we what? It.
And that is absolutely true. At ang nanalo ng ating lip sync for the win and ang unang nagka-Ru badge this season ay si Kiana. You know, and congratulations, Kiana. Well-deserved.
Can I just like provide a little bit of context to that tension in Untucked?
Sure.
So we were, before the winner was announced, obviously, when the six of us came in, of course, the tension started nung hindi namin na-announce sa top 6 kami. But when the girls found out na it was a top 6, and then hindi pa clear at that point, napag-usapan sa Untucked na hindi clear at that point who is gonna be lip-syncing. Is it gonna be a lip-sync for the win? Or are the bottom girls gonna be called out and then a bottom 2 lip-sync? We don't know. At that point kasi the whole season was Uga Part 1, Uga Part 2, the remix, Uga Part 3, Electric Boogaloo. Talagang the tensions were so high, competition-wise, na nobody was safe. Nobody knew if they were definitely safe from lip-syncing that night.
Yeah.
So, ang taas ng tension. And then, of course, the alak. And then, like, first day jitters or vibes. So, the Untucked happened. You know what? I already explained it. I already explained the situation as the resident psychologist, as the people of Twitter are saying. I already explained the situation. So, just to provide a bit of context, yun yung
isa pa
feelings
yun.
namin.
Yeah, gets naman because parang all of a sudden, akala siguro nung 5 pinapunta sa safe zone, okay na sila. Tapos bilang, oh my God, we have to prep. So that can be quite disillusion.
That was a topic for like pretty much like the latter half of the Untucked na we don't know who is lip-syncing and you can kind of see it. If the judges saw the calculatingness in my eyes, you could see it in the eyes of all the girls. Like we were all like,
oh God,
getting ready.
Oh my
we were
God.
all like tense for that lip sync. And yeah, I mean, just please, like, me and the girls, we have all talked all the drama of the season over time and again. And we have all come to our resolutions, whether it was on the show or after. So it's just unnecessary to like hate spam people. Like, you're seeing something that was months in the making, and the first episode of a season long that has been months in the making. So a lot of talks have happened in between filming and airing. So please don't send hate to any of the girls because you don't know how our relationships have developed yet. Papanoorin nyo pa lang, you don't know how our relationships are gonna develop.
Correct.
You don't know what's the real tea behind our relationship. So please just don't. It's unnecessary. And honestly, a lot of the girls, I'm just gonna say I'm not the only neurodivergent person. I'm not the only person like mentally afflicted in the cast. So please be careful of what you're gonna say. Your opinions are valid, but they aren't always. It's not always necessary to voice them out. So just please keep the hate train to a minimum. Keep it in your group chats.
Or
keep it in your
or
circle
not
of
at
friends.
all. Diba?
Yeah.
Just like don't publicize it. Again, you know, Drag Race, the story is being told backwards. There is still so much we don't know. So let's just like
enjoy it for the good TV that it is.
because
baby.
mama, this is not good TV. This is terrific TV. And that is it for our episode 1 recap. Congratulations, Mick Chanel. You are on top this week. High placement
Oh my
for
God,
you.
I'm a top.
And next week we are going to get
actually,
a
no.
ball.
I'm a dumb top in this episode.
You're at on top this episode. And next episode is going to be a ball. I wonder
ball.
how things are gonna turn out, but I am very excited.
Poker face.
Tickets to our episode 2 viewing party are now available via beckandamend.helixpay.ph. We have a super-sized lineup. We have Mick Chanel there. We have Yudi. We have Ver. We have Jaquin. We have Tita Baby. We have John Fideliaga. And we have Popstar Bench. Kaya po mahalang meet and greet
And then
namin.
we also have Minty Fresh coming in to perform. And I'm just very proud of curating the cast of local queens. I'm casting some of my personal favorites. We are gonna have Arsenic and Worship the Gays. If you don't know them, you better know them and you will get to know them on our viewing party next week on August 14 for episode 2 of Drag Race Philippines Season 3.
At maraming salamat po, of course, to Absolute Vodka for giving us this very, very swanky Absolute Lounge sa aming first podcast episode. Ang Absolute Lounge na ito, of course, matatagpuan nyo po sa Distillery and BGC. And for reservations, you can actually message them on IG. That is the Distillery PH. If you want to reserve a table, a queer night out. And they are open from Wednesday to Sunday from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yes, so thank you so much, Absolute, for our drinks, and thank you, Distillery, for our bar chow. But that is it for episode 1 of Season 3.
May nakalimutan pa tayo. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Follow us on Instagram at Poday and Baus Rufo on Instagram and Hey It's Baus on TikTok.
And I am at mix.chanel on Instagram, at mix.chanel on TikTok, and at mix.chanel on Twitter. Girl, I love interacting with y'all, so hit me up.
Goodbye!
Bye!
Maganaman!